podcast. First of all, let's take care of the elephant in the room, which is the fact that I kept my schedule for a month, I believe. Friday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday. But now, I'm recording this on a Sunday. I'll post this on a Sunday. Wait, let me go to YouTube. Let me see what the fuck is happening to my schedule. I can assure you it's not Friday, Tuesday anymore. That's for sure. Let's see what the fuck just happened. My phone is doing with weird stuff. What is this? Oh, yeah. So let's see what happened. Wait, what? This is not helpful. How do I go to the thingy? Okay, I'm in the thingy now. No, I'm not. Am I in the thingy? Okay, I am in the thingy. But it's not telling me what day I posted, it's just telling me the date, not the exact day. But yeah. Anyway, I kept it Friday, Tuesday forever. Then I started getting what's it called? Like schedule problems, like my guest I would forget that I even had a podcast, I'd forget about the guest, I'd forget about doing it, or stuff would happen to me in my life that would stop me from doing the podcast. Well, because as I've said before, I'm busy and I'm not a loser and I have a life. So I don't just have time to just record stupid ass podcasts every 2 days a week. I have a life and stuff. But anyway, I was supposed to do a Friday episode with a guest last Friday, but stuff happened and we postponed that. So that's cool, it's fine, we are still doing it. And so this is a pod, it's not a guest. There is no guest today. But it's fine, who cares, man? Who cares, life, you're supposed to be lived, and whatever happens and stuff. Anyway, today's topic is a topic that I've always wanted to talk about, but I never did. I just forgot to talk about it, I guess. Today's topic is me and language. Me and the languages I speak, or whatever. Because this is a story. This is definitely something that is worthy of a podcast episode. So let's just get to the usually people have a mom and a dad. Usually the mom and the dad both speak the same language, and for example, my mom, not me, but someone's mom is French and his dad is also French. That kid grows up learning French, of course, and he probably lives in France, so it's all good, no problem there at all. For me, it's a bit different. See, it all starts when my dad and my mom both, even though, first of all, they are cousins, they are first cousins, so one would think they'd have the same exact language and even accent. But no. See, my mom and my dad were each raised in different cities. My dad was raised in Mosul, my mom was raised in Zaho. And so yeah, because they both had different childhoods, learning different, interacting with different people, going out to school or out to whatever, talking in different languages, that's the reason why they had different accents, different, languages, I could say. Yeah, they both spoke Kurmanji Kurdish, specifically Shingali Kurmanji Kurdish, specifically. That's what they both got. That was their language. That's what they talked at home. The problem is, well, first of all, my dad had an Arab mother. So already we have a little problem. So my dad had an Arab mother, lived in an Arabic city, which means that his Kurdish was influenced by Arabic. Yeah, this makes a big difference, because a lot of words he and my grandfather and my uncles just replaced with Arabic words. So that's already a problem here. There's already something that's not supposed to be how it is. My mom was raised in a Badini speaking city, which means that her Kurdish, her Kurmanji, was influenced by Badini Kurdish. So we have more, so now we have a problem. It all started as one. Both mom and dad, well, they were supposed to speak Shingali Kurmanji Kurdish. But since dad was born in Mosul, or not born, raised in Mosul, mom was raised in Zaho, it's separating, it's diverging from the original path. Anyway, we fast forward 25 years or whatever. Mom and dad get married. And whatever, I get born. I am born. In my childhood, see, this is the fun part. Now we're getting to the fun part, I guess. My childhood. I go out to the street. I have to speak Arabic. Moslawi Arabic. Mosul Arabic. I watch TV at home, which is the standard Arabic. I talk with my dad and mom Kurdish, Kurmanji Kurdish, but again, my mom's Badini influenced Kurmanji and my dad's Arabic influenced Kurmanji are affecting me now, are coming to me. So now already some words are different for me. What happens next? What happens next is, again, it's a problem. Right now, if I stayed in Mosul, things would be fine, I guess. I still wouldn't, my Moslawi wouldn't be perfect, of course, since my parents are both technically Kurdish. But that's fine. If I stayed in Mosul, if I lived in Mosul for the rest of my life, everything would have been fine, right? Then, well, shit happens. Well, shit doesn't happen, but we move to Hawler, we move to Erbil. Right now we are in Erbil. New city. Guess what? Completely new language. Which is, well, okay, actually, two completely new languages. Well, 1.5, let's say. The problem is, when I first came to Hawler, let's just talk about the Arabic part right now, I joined an Arabic school, of course. Since the last 4 years of schools for me were Arabic, I couldn't switch to a Kurdish school. I just didn't know any of the scientific words or whatever. The problem is, that school was not, 90% of the people at that school did not speak Moslawi Arabic. They spoke Baghdadi. The accent or the dialect of Baghdad, which was already a problem. Now, at this moment, I'm like, wait, oh boy, this is new. I need to learn a lot of new words right now. And every day, I'd come, after school, I'd come back home and I'm like, Mom, what does this mean? Dad, what does this mean? And this is where my Arabic started going to the shits, where, since I'm in a Kurdish city, with Kurdish speaking parents, realistically, and my Arabic would not be very good, because the only place I would be speaking Arabic at was school. And that Arabic was not the Arabic I was taught for 10 years or more. Was it 10? It was like 10, 11 years. Yeah, so that's the problem. Then we have Kurdish. Again, for the last 10 years of my life, I only knew how to speak Kurmanji Kurdish. But now I'm in Hawler. What the fuck? They talk Sorani here. What the fuck is that language? I didn't know anything about Sorani. It was Chinese to me. It was alien language. And because of that, well, not because of that, but because of my parents preferring to keep me home instead of going out, they always had this mentality of, oh, if our son goes outside, he'll learn bad things. So my whatever, well, let's just say I didn't mix with a lot of kids from the street. I didn't mix with them at all. And since my school was in Arabic and my home was in Kurmanji, there was no chance for me to learn Sorani. Only when I'm going out by myself, talking to shop owners, maybe watching the news on TV for whatever reason. So yeah, and it kept on like this until 12th grade. In 12th grade, now we are in 12th grade of high school, my Sorani is barely acceptable. Like, yeah, I can get by, but there was no way I could have a conversation, with anyone. Like a real conversation. Yeah, I couldn't have one when I was in grade 12, which was 2016, I believe. 2015-16. My Arabic was good though. My Arabic, I could talk Arabic pretty fucking fine, because, yeah, I got used to it from school and stuff. But then we have another problem. English. Now, English is, since, there was never one language for me. There was never one language that was dominant over the others. It wasn't like I spoke Kurmanji at home and at school. It wasn't like I spoke Arabic at school and at home. It wasn't like I spoke Sorani at home and outside, but my school was Arabic. It's like each environment that I was in, outside Sorani, inside Kurmanji, school, Arabic, it was annoying. I hated it. So I started using English more and more. I started learning English more and more. I started watching English, talking to English people on the internet and stuff. And of course, when you find a new language, when you start using a new language a lot, more and more and more and more, those other languages, you stop caring about them. And they all, like 50% of my brain was devoted to English, and the rest was for those three other languages: Arabic, Kurmanji, Sorani. And that's, I'm not gonna say that was smart or not smart, but it's just what it was. That's just how things happened. Anyway, we are in 12th grade right now, and I finished 12th grade. I'm about to go to college. Guess fucking what? My college is going to be, the college I went to was, what was it? Well, I studied in English, but of course everyone in the place talks in fucking, what's it called? Kurdish, Sorani. And this is where shit got really annoying for me. I'm like, the past 10, not even 10, the past 14 years of my life, I have no idea, it was 11, it wasn't 14, it was 11. The past 11 years of my life where I didn't learn shit in Sorani are coming to bite me in the ass. Because now I need to learn, because I'm going to college and I need to talk to people, and I need to do stuff. I can't just get by college by just talking in English. Spoiler, I did. First year of college, my Sorani was trash, but it was the first year of my life where I actually started learning Sorani, where I actually started, like, actually forcing myself to talk to people in Sorani. But then, well, it's not a problem, but then what happened is, naturally, I got closer to people who spoke English. Right now, the people I talk to at college, the people I'm closer to at college, I only speak English with them. Even though I would not mind it at all if I spoke Kurdish with them. But that's just how it happened. Because when I first met those people, English was the only language we had that we could easily communicate with each other with, or whatever. So now, 2020, August 30th, what's the situation right now? The situation right now is, my Arabic, even though of course it's, it's good, it's more than good, I'm like, I can easily say I'm fluent in it, but let's say I took a train to Baghdad right fucking now. In 10 seconds, any Baghdadi person would know that even though that my vocabulary is 10-10, my pronunciation and just the way I talk is not, like, it's obvious that I'm not from there. It's obvious that I'm not from there, like I said. Okay, fine, fuck it. I don't need Arabic anyways, as long as I'm not going to Baghdad anytime soon, so who cares? Yeah. If I go to, let's say, I don't know, any place, any English-speaking country, let's say, or not even, I don't even need to go. I have a voice call with someone who lives in an English-speaking country, whether it's London or Los Angeles or Australia or whatever. It would be very easy, pretty much from the first sentence, just by my accent, they would know, wait a minute, this guy is not a native English speaker. And that is very annoying. I am not, but the problem is, English is my best language. English is my preferred language. English is the language which I am the best at, whether it's writing, grammar, vocabulary, whatever. My English is better than my Arabic or my Kurmanji or my fucking Sorani. It's just a fact. And it's annoying that it is very easy to tell that I'm not a native English speaker, and I wish I was, or I wish that it wasn't that easy to tell. Anyway, what about Kurmanji? The problem here is, since my mom, dad, uncles, whatever, are the only people who I talk to in this Kurmanji, bear in mind that the Kurmanji that I talk to my dad's side of the family is a bit different than the Kurmanji I use with my mom's side of the family. Because again, we have the Badini influence over there, we have the Arabic influence over there. So again, even when we are going to my family, we have a problem. Again, if I go to Shingan, where it all started from, they would know that I'm not a native, or not native, but let's say they would know that I am a person who didn't learn proper Kurmanji. If I go to Mosul, they would know. If I go to here now we are in Hawler, again, believe me, 2 words, anyone would know that I am not originally from Hawler. And now this is the reason, now I'm getting to the point where this whole podcast is about. The problem is, now I feel like I don't have a hometown. Oh wait, what the fuck did I just do? Okay. now I feel like I don't have a hometown. I go to Mosul, you're like, that guy doesn't know Moslawi. I go to Shingal, they'll know that I am not, even though that, again, I have the accent and whatever, the way I'm talking, a lot of the words that I am using, thanks to the influence, the Badini Arabic influence, they would know that I didn't live in Shingal. I'm not from Shingal, but which is a fact. I have never even seen this city. If I go to Zaho, which again, the city where my mom was born and raised, they would easily know I'm not from there. Again, I don't have the accent, I don't have the full vocabulary. And right now, where I am in Hawler, Erbil, like I said, they would immediately know that I am new here, which I am not. I've been here for 11 years. Was it 11 years? Fucking hell, how do I calculate this? I came here 2006, 14 years. Even though I have been in Hawler, Erbil, for 14 fucking years, I talk like someone who has been here for 3. So what do? Like, when someone asks me, where are you from? What do I tell them? Because for most people, it is where they were born and raised. For example, let's take... fucking hell, let me see, a celebrity. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg. We are at Mark Zuckerberg right now. Early life. He was born in New York State. Blah 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 blah. He was brought up in New York State. Blah 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 blah. Zuckerberg. He went to high school in New York. Then he went to another school in New York. Then he moved to Harvard, which it's in Massachusetts, which is pretty close to New York. But again, college doesn't matter. So Mark Zuckerberg can easily say, yeah, I'm from New York. Or he can say, boy, how do I check this? Blah 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 blah. He can easily say, wait, what is this? Yeah, he can easily say he's actually from New York City. He was born there, raised there, learned the language there. His parents are... I forgot to check that. Fucking hell. His parents are both... It doesn't say. But I'll make a random guess. A presumption that both his parents were from New York as well. If you ask Mark Zuckerberg, where are you from? He can easily tell you where he is from. New York. You know, his dad and mom were from New York. He was born there, raised there. The language he speaks and the accent he has is a New York language and accent. So, for Mark Zuckerberg, it's a very easy question to answer. But for me, how do I answer this question? Do I say, okay, Sherko, where are you from? My mom was born and raised in Zaho. My dad in Mosul. Even though my great-grandfather, who is the grandfather of both my mom and dad, was born and raised in Shingal. So now, if I stop right there, if the story just stops right here, the answer would be Shingal. I'm from Shingal. Yeah, okay, my mom was born there, my dad was born there, but it doesn't change the fact that my mom and dad are both Shingali, and I am too. But the story doesn't end there. I can't say I'm Shingali. How is it possible to say I'm from Shingal if I have literally never seen the fucking city? Not even close. I haven't been in a 4-hour distance from the fucking city. How can I say I'm from there? I'm not. I have zero emotional connection to it. Zero. I don't have any connection to the city. You know? I just don't. That's a fact. Okay. So where was I born? I was born in Mosul. That's where my childhood was. I still remember the city. I've visited it even after I left. I visited it multiple times. But I'm not. I'm not from Mosul, am I? Since both my parents are not. My dad's Shingali. My mom is Shingali. How am I from Mosul? You know, if in the middle of Mosul, just drop me off in the middle of Mosul, it would take them 2 minutes, not even 2. They would, just by talking to me for 30 seconds, they would know I'm not from Mosul. You know, they would oh, maybe you were born here, but nah, you're not really Moslawi, because I'm not. Again, I don't have a Moslawi accent. My Arabic is not Moslawi Arabic. Again, I don't have. I have a connection to the city, but I'm really not. Come on, I left that city when I was still a baby, a kid. Yeah. Okay, Holair. Am I from Holair? Not really. I wasn't born here. Yeah, I lived most of my life here, which is maybe in 80 years I can say I am from Holair. Because, yeah, again, I lived most of my life here. Yeah, I did. I definitely did. How can I say I'm from Holair? Neither my parents are from Holair. My language isn't Sorani. I wasn't born here. What case do I have other than the fact that I've lived here a long time? If there's a 25-year-old Senegalese person and you drop him off in, I don't know, fucking South Africa for 26 years, and you ask him, where are you from? Is he going to say, I'm from Senegal, or is he going to say, I'm from South Africa? Yeah, what's the answer to this? And yeah, this is annoying. It's just annoying, you know. It's it's a question that I can't answer. If I ask myself, what do I feel? I don't feel that. Again, I don't have an answer. Even if I ask myself, I ask my inner heart, personally, in my brain, what do I feel? No answer. I have no answer. What do you want me to say? Yeah. There was something I wanted to say, but I forgot. What was it? Let me think. I'm thinking. Fast forward. Oh yes, I remember. The thing was, this is probably one of the biggest reasons why I have zero nationalism in me. I have zero nationalism in me. Like right now, I'll be honest, if Mosul gets nuked, if Shingal gets nuked, if Zaho gets nuked, and if Holair gets nuked, I wouldn't really care about any of these cities. Sucks. But I really wouldn't be like, oh wow, my hometown is nuked. You know? I don't have that connection with any city. And when you don't have the connection to any city, you won't have a connection to the country. No connection to the country means no nationalism. I don't feel any nationalism. Zero. And it's probably because of this whole situation. Anyway, I hope for your sake, because I don't give a fuck, honestly, I hope for your sake that the audio in this podcast was better than the last, because I'll admit the last podcast, which was honestly a very interesting podcast, I went on for 30 minutes about Marseille, Munich, and Erbil. It really was a fun podcast. Too bad the audio was beyond bad. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But yeah. Anyway. Yes.